It is Thursday, January 20th in the NBA, and I'm back in my one best pick of the day. Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. And let's recap yesterday. Another frustrating day in the NBA, a 2-4 day, and I'm not going to make excuses, but the luck we've had over the last, 2 weeks has been ridiculous. We added Anthony Edwards over in points. He scores 18 points in the first half, then scores 2 points early in the third quarter, and then he gets ejected with 2 quick technical fouls early in the third quarter. He was easily going to hit his over. There's really nothing you can do there. Same way if you bet a Jimmy Butler over, which was really on my list. It was right at the top of it, and he gets ejected too. Our Al Horford under gets absolutely nuked when Robert Williams was announced out about an hour before tip-off. We talked about that on the live stream for a long time. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he was the right play. He just shoots 5 for 21 from the field. I believe in every single game he had shot over 20 attempts, or at least in his last 9 games, he's hit the over in 8 of 9. Of course, he plays terrible. Lakers, what was that? You guys were up 13 points, losing by 7. Frank Vogel, he might be out the door pretty soon. But at least our best bet of the day, the man that we all can trust on the channel, Darius Garland, cashes over in PRAs. I don't know if he rested a single minute in the second half, but either way, that's what he does. Kyrie Irving, another one of our added plays, cashes pretty easily. But we're going to keep going through it. This is why bankroll management is a key tool in betting, not only NBA, but just betting any single sport. It's just managing that bankroll. We've had still a pretty good record on the season. We're going to keep pushing through the bad luck. I promise you, I would probably play all those plays again. Mine's probably the Lakers. Lakers stink, but I appreciate you guys all for tuning in to the videos every single day. If you are new to the channel, consider clicking that subscribe button. Today, we don't have a great slate, but I have my 2 final notes. 1, thank you guys again to coming out to the live stream. I think we passed 200 live viewers for the 3rd straight week, so we appreciate you guys as always. We're live every Wednesday, so put it on your calendars. Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I'm live to answer all you guys' questions. And a lot of you guys came out and dropped some bangers for the people if they wanted to tail. Now, our second note, our podcast is live. Logan and I talked all about the NFL playoffs. We only got a couple more weeks of the NFL, so we have to enjoy it while we got it. But we talked about every single playoff matchup this weekend, recap last weekend, a lot of fun things, and we have a brand new segment in that podcast. So go check it out. Let's waste no more time. Let's get into my best bet of the day, my only bet of the day, because it's quality over quantity. I don't need to be forcing a ton of bets into a slate like today. And then after this bet, I'll talk about every single game after it, and then talk about kind of my thought process. But we get into the best bet of the day, which quietly is on a 27-10 run, so on a very good run. I remember people were saying it was jinxed. It's on a pretty good run, so hopefully we can continue that. We're starting with the man. I don't love betting on him. Julius Randle, over 4.5 assists, minus 105 on Caesars. Now, here we have a good old-fashioned Julius Randle in a good old-fashioned revenge game as his former team, the New Orleans Pelicans, are traveling to Madison Square Garden to take on Randle and the Knicks. Now, look, I love Randle. Well, love him is a strong term, but I liked his PRA line tonight, but truthfully, I cannot predict what this guy's going to do on a nightly basis. Could he shoot 100 times tonight? Potentially, but you just never know what you're going to expect from Randle. But as I've been watching the games, as a Knicks fan, I've watched him, and he's been in a pass-happy mood recently. Over his last 4 games, he's had 9, 3, 9, and 8 assists, so easily cashing this in 3 of those games. And the one game he missed was a blowout against the Charlotte Hornets when he didn't play his normal minutes, only about 30 minutes. Normally he's up near that 38 to 39 minutes. So over those 4 games, he's averaged 13 assist chances per game. So he's been, we only need 5 today. So if he can get us those 13 assist chances, I'm going to be feeling pretty good. He's averaged 7.3 assists per game over those times. And his adjusted assist is at 8. Adjusted assist is an NBA stat on their advanced stats website where it just kind of, it takes into account missed layups or shots that his teammates would normally hit, but they just didn't hit. So that's even higher. So good for us. Now the over-under for this game is set at 210.5. So not like a 202.5. So Vegas and the sportsbook still expect, not the highest scoring game in the world, but still I think he should be able to get these 5 assists that we need. Expect him to be able to facilitate this offense. You look at Randle, he's played the Pelicans 3 times as a New York Knick. He's had 4, 10, and 5 assists in those 3 games, cashing in 2 of 3. Now the one miss he had earlier when he missed on the hook was early this season, back, I believe, the first week of the season on October 30th. And you look at that game, Derrick Rose was active. They had more guys active. Obviously, they don't have all those guys active. Kemba Walker is back today. At least I assume so. But in that game, RJ Barrett had 35 points. So he was in takeover mode. Not a lot where Julius Randle can do in that one. Didn't have the ball in his hands a whole lot. But Pelicans do allow the 9th most made 3-pointers in the NBA. And this is a Knicks team very different from years past where And I don't agree with it, but they chuck up a ton of threes. They think they're the Houston Rockets of the Harden days when he was there. I don't know why they shoot up so many threes, but they should be able to make some against this Pelicans defense. The Pelicans don't have, they allow the 15th most assists in the NBA, so right in the middle of the pack. So either way, I think Julius Randle will have Herbert Jones, the legend, the rookie out of Alabama. He's a very solid defender. He will likely guard Julius Randle, so that might lead to Randle passing the rock a little bit more, and I think his teammates can knock down some shots today. So that's my only official play of the day, Julius Randle over 4.5 assists. Now let's talk about the net of all the games, because let's be honest, not a great slate today. So here's our 3 games. We have the Knicks versus Pelicans, the Mavs versus the Suns, and the Pacers versus Warriors. So I'm going to talk about all of these three games. And the reason I only have one pick is because, honestly, I like a lot of unders today because we look at the Knicks Pelicans, 2 teams that, 1, they play pretty slow. 2, the Pelicans don't have the best defense in the NBA, but the Knicks have turned around their defense. So I don't want to pick a lot of overs, and you've seen our luck when we bet unders early in the videos. We just we'll bet like a Brandon Ingram under, and then his whole team will get ruled out. Or we'll bet like a Devontae Graham under, which I think is decent value today, but then his whole team will get ruled out. So I don't want to bet under so early on in the day. I'd rather wait until the lineups come out. So maybe we'll have an added play and under later on today. We talk about the Knicks versus Pelicans. Really not much more I want to attack here. Don't really like betting on Jonas Valanciunas. Then we obviously, the Knicks have a pretty decent defense, so don't want to be betting on a lot of guys to fill up the stat sheet. So maybe we'll add an under in this one. Now we move to the second game, the Mavs versus Suns. 2 teams that, 1, play at very slow paces, and 2, they both have, I believe, the 2nd and the 4th rated defensive rating in the NBA. But look at the Mavs, they're coming off an emotional win. Maybe not emotional, but still a win over the Toronto Raptors yesterday. Another team that fights hard to win those basketball games. And look at both these 2 teams do not score a ton of points. I mean, the Suns can fill it up, but the Mavs sometimes play slow. You just never know what to expect. So we also know that DeAndre Ayton, I believe, is out today. So we'll see. Normally Chris Paul's rebounding numbers go up, but this is a lower scoring game. I believe the over-under set around like 210, 214 and a half. So the sportsbook's not expecting a very high-scoring game. I'm curious exactly what the Mavericks do in terms of, who they trot out there, because obviously coming on a back-to-back, Kristaps Porzingis just returned from injury and all that sort of stuff. Luka Doncic, a crazy game yesterday. Speaking of a crazy game, what the heck was Mo Bamba doing out there? Wild. Anyways, the NBA was super weird on Wednesday. Nothing you can do about that, but still, Phoenix Suns versus Dallas Mavericks, probably a game I'd target an under here, but I don't really want to force an under yet because you just never know. Mavericks could sit some guys, and then you're like, what the heck is this lineup? Same with the Suns. You just never know what lineups are going to start. So we'll be monitoring these lineups. And then the final game on the slate, the Pacers versus the Warriors. What do I do with this game? Because you look at the Pacers, sure, they beat the Lakers. Congrats. The Lakers are they were up by 13, and then they lost by 7. So what can you do about that? But Pacers should be without Domantas Sabonis today. Rick Carlisle said he had a significant ankle injury, I believe, in the press conference. Maybe he's just lying up the tree. But still, if the Pacers are without Domantas Sabonis, what do they do? I mean, they don't have, they're already without Miles Turner. So what do we see? Goga Badase start at the center position. Who knows what that Pacers team will look like? So maybe they take their team total under in points, or maybe they push the pace a little bit more with Karis LeVert. And who knows, Malcolm Brogdon plays either because he's coming off an injury and just played yesterday, but who knows if they want to play in back-to-back game. Obviously, you have the Warriors who are going to be without Draymond Green, I believe without Otto Porter Jr. as well. This slate is not great. Let's be honest. The slate's not great. That's why I don't want to force a ton of picks. Now, if I had to pick something, I'd probably be taking the Pacers team total under. I think that's a pretty decent bet, but still, I don't really want, I think it's 101.5 if I'm not mistaken, but still, you just never know what to expect from the Warriors. I believe they're at home in this one, but still, it's just a weird game. The Pacers and the Warriors, both 2 teams, I mean, I would expect the Warriors to cover, but after we saw yesterday, I mean, the Jazz, what was that? You guys were 13-point favorites. Yeah, best thing to do is an outright loss. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the Jazz have been favored by double digits in the last 7 games. They favored by double digits. They've not covered 6 of them, and I think they've lost 6 or 7 times this season as double-digit favorites. A team that cannot be trusted. So that was the NBA Wednesday. Joel Embiid dropping 50 points on the Magic, a ridiculous game. I don't even know what to say about the NBA recently, but still, you got these 3 games: Knicks, Pelicans, Mavs, Suns, and Pacers, Warriors. 3 teams that I really expect the unders to hit more often than not tonight. 2 of them are on TNT, so we'll exactly see how these games pan out. But I would not force a ton of plays today. It is not worth it. My only play of the day, Julius Randle over 4.5 assists. Hopefully keep up that best bet segment and move us to 28-10. We'll have some NFL videos coming out, I believe tomorrow. We'll start rolling them out as my ice machine makes a ton of noise. But we'll have those bets rolling out for the NFL, I believe, starting tomorrow morning. So you have those videos to look forward to. As always, go check out the podcast too. I appreciate you guys, as always, for tuning into the videos. See if we can get up to 21,000 subscribers one of these days. I appreciate you for tuning in. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.